Hey, it's been a while, but you know what we gonna do. Before we get into it, let's get into a little quick meditation. You know what I'm saying? Synchronize our frequencies with one another. Alright? So go ahead, this might be long. So go ahead, just get into a comfortable position and relax yourself. You can sit down. If you're walking, you can still relax. If you're driving, you can still relax. Just don't crash out. You know what I'm saying? Relax your muscles. Release the tension. Get your posture right. I'm talking to myself too. I'm doing these steps as you do them. Get your posture right. And then you could either close your eyes or keep them open and observe the natural world around you. I'm going to keep mine open today. And what we're going to do is just breathe. I'm not going to tell you how to breathe. Just breathe. Know that you're breathing. Appreciate breath, spirit, life. And today I'm outside with the elements, so the audio may be disturbed by the wind or whatever, but it is what it is, right? I'll get better equipment soon so I could do this more efficiently. But until that day, we do what we do. I can't let perfectionism stifle consistency, which is what I've been doing. Hence why it's been months since the last episode. But I do know that everything is aligned. So, I changed the name of the podcast from Mind of Muur to Woo of Muur. We may or may not get into it. I don't know what we're going to talk about today. Ooh-wee. So let me meditate. Deep breaths in and out. Deep breaths in and out. So, strange times, huh? We got political shenanigans. We got economic catastrophes in front of our eyes. We got celebrity drama like always. We got whoever knows. You know what's going on in your life. Everybody's life is crazy. Everybody's life is a story. Where are you in your story? You ever heard of the hero's journey? You begin a journey or a cycle as a fool, or just as an infant, or someone who's new to an environment, someone who's naive, someone who's new to life, new to a situation, scenario, whether it be in business, health, spiritual, emotional healing, or whatever, family dynamics and relationships. We're always going through journeys. We're always in a cycle. It's cycles within cycles within cycles. These cycles are not circular. They are spiritual. They are spiral cycles, right? This enables life to transform and change and evolve, ascend and descend. You're either spiraling up or you're spiraling down. It may appear like you're going in a circle, but you're not. You're going in a circle, but it's a cycle. It's a spiritual cycle, right? These cycles within cycles are mirrored within nature. You have the cycle of the day. You have the cycle of the week. But some people, they don't want to call them days. They don't want to call them weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whatever you want to call them. It's okay. Like last episode, make your own words. Make your own concepts. I probably have words for all of these things, right? All of these cycles that I'm about to talk about. This is a practice I'm architecting right now, right? I might even come up with some names as I do this. We'll see. We got days, we got weeks, we got months, we got years, we got decades, centuries, millenniums, etc. And that's just dealing with the tracking of time, right? Then you have all of these are also matched with. So what is time, right? How do we measure time? It's not just a second is a second because it's a second and it's a time passed. Nature is moving. Planets are moving. Stars are evolving. You know, we're circling, spiraling through the cosmos, interacting with different star constellations and star systems. Our sun is at different ratios and angles to the planet as we evolve and revolve around the sun. And our sun is evolving and revolving around other suns. We got planets, solar systems, galaxies, galaxy clusters, universes, multiverse. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think it keeps going on and on. We don't know how small we really are. We think we're small because we live in the cosmos, right? Bro, we really don't know how far this cosmos really goes, right? And who's to say that this whole cosmos isn't just an atom? Hello, Mr. Spider, Mr. or Mrs. Spider. Thank you for joining me on the Woo of Moo podcast. How do you do? Do you have anything to say? Yes, indeed. Spider says everything is love. All of these cycles are to experience love from different angles, from different perspectives, to evolve. But why do we evolve? Do we enjoy it? I say it's all for fun, right? It's for love. It's for fun. And fun isn't always about everything being peaches and cream. Sometimes fun, you need challenge. If life is a game, would you want to play an easy game? Maybe sometimes as just a distraction. But a lot of times we like games that challenge us. We like games that we can't just beat in one sitting. We can't just go play all the way through without failing. We like failure. We like finding new things about ourselves, seeing what we're truly made of. It's the same thing. Let's talk about, human existence, human life. This game that we're playing. Now, it's a game regardless of how you want to look at it. But the game right now, that has been our perception of the game, I should say, has been fed to us by people that don't have our best interest at heart, by greedy people. I ain't even call them like evil. I guess you could call it evil because they reverse the flow of life, of living, of live, evil, live. They oppose nature. They oppose organic nature. They just want, I don't know, bro. It's an interesting thing that's happening on this planet. It's like some type of mental parasite has infected nature in general, but really humans. And you can't just say white people, even though they seem to be the ones at the front lines of it. It's like, bro, the whole planet was low vibrational in Africa, in India, in Asia, and bro, they were all warring. In the Americas, these tribes were warring with each other before they even knew who white people were. So we can't just blame the white people and stop blaming anybody. I mean, what's the point of blaming anybody anyways? Bro, I guess you could blame this, for responsibility, or just see what's happening. But ultimately, right, if you are everything, hold up, how you just going to jump to if you are everything? Well, all of these systems they comprise or they make up one system, one universal system, one unity. God, if you may. Mu, if you may. right? These systems are like the systems of a machine, a multiversal machine. And each system, each part within the system, which you are a part within a system, within a system, within a part within a system and shit like that, right? You're part of this too. So is the phone or headphones or car or whatever you're listening to this on, or the shoes you're wearing, where you're at, the location you're at. It's all part of this game. It's all part of this system. This system that you're within, including the body that you're in, and all of the cells and the stuff, because this universal, multiversal concept is also, you're a reflection of it, right? It's mirrored within you. You have systems within systems within systems within yourself, cells, you know what I'm saying, organs, bones, all of this stuff that just combines, and microbacteria and stuff like that, that combines and makes up you. Thoughts and energy and emotions, that's also a part of you. Now, the same way the planet has all these different parts, all these different elements, all these different energies, light is split into, you know, its spectrum of frequencies and colors, right? The same way that's mirrored in the universe. The universe is like that, bruh. But it's a universe. It's one. It's one song. It's one symphony. It's one. So, because it can't be one. How can you separate anything from everything? Everything is everything. Where is the separation? Where's the cutoff? Does it only exists in an illusory fashion, and we do that for the sake of playing the game, because we like to remember that we're everything, and we like to use that knowledge of that we're everything and how to connect with everything harmoniously to create what we want to create within the game. That's when we go step into creator mode within the game. But if everything is one, if everything is the universe, if everything is connected, then how could you not be everything? It's all about what you want to identify with. You can limit your identity to whatever you want to limit it to, right? You can limit your identity to your body. You can limit your identity to the mind, body, and soul. You can limit your identity to your family, your community, your country. Or if you want to just take on an identity of reality and be like, okay, I feel like I'm separate, or I have an individual existence, which I do, but my individual existence only exists in the context of the collective. So I'm connected directly to the collective. It can't be, bro, it's something. It can't, hold up, I'm outside, I'm dealing with something real quick. You exist in nature. You are not disconnected from nature. So you are nature. You're a part of nature. Being a part of something is that. Ultimately, the parts make up the whole, but the whole is nothing without the parts. What am I getting at? You are everything. If you want to know, if you want to feel like you're everything, if you want to know that you're everything and live like you're everything, you can, because you already are. So that's up to you. But why did I even get into this? I was like, oh, okay, damn, I just got off into a whole tangent, right? I said, if you're everything, then I said, whoa, but if you're everything, well, I could just, not sorry, you know what I'm saying? My mind is very chaotic, but I'm gonna just continue with the train of thought that I want to continue with now. Make sure I'm still recording. I'm gonna continue with the train of thought that that I'm on right now. If you're everything, you can limit yourself to, only being one thing, or I'm great. You can say your affirmations and shit. I'm not the body. Bro, if you're everything, you can't be not anything. So you can't be not evil. You can't be not bad. You can't be not greedy. You can't be not fat. But you're everything in potential. You do not express everything through this individualized being. Well, you do express everything, but you express it through the lens or through the prism, so that the everything flows through you. But how your prism is set up, how you are wired, how your geometry is, determines how this light flows through you, that determines how it expresses, that determines how it comes out. For example, if you have light and you shine it through some crystals or some glass, but this glass, several sets of glass, right? One set of glass is just clear, one set of glass is like, it's a crystal, it's quartz, it's clear, you know what I'm saying? The other one is let's say it's black, it's onyx or something. Another one is it's a melody, or it's a composite of multiple crystals. It's like stained glass, right? The light is the same light that shines onto and through all of these, but based off of what that crystal is, or how that crystal is set up, and the geometry of it, the shape and the frequency of that crystal or of that being determines how the light shines through. Let's bring it to the human realm. Okay, now we're dealing with astrology, right? Let's get into it, bro. Let's really get into this astrology shit, right? Okay. So what is astrology? Astrology is the logic of astrology, the logic of stars. To keep it simple, the logic of the stars. Now, it's like not only the logic of the stars, but like the logic of star systems and how they interact with each other, the science of it. And you can apply this to the human realm. You can apply this to, when I say apply to, you can take the information that you learn through the study of these things and apply those lessons, or use those realities that you discover to discover things about humanity, because we are not separate from these star systems. So let's look at the cosmos and see like what's really going on, right? Really, we just living in light and sound. It's just light and sound, and at different frequencies different frequencies for each, different bandwidths, all of that, right? So sound impacts light. Now, it's light and it's sound just radiating throughout the cosmos. Now, if you look at just chaos or nu or the nothingness or the primordial void and all of that, that was light and sound too. It just was like, it wasn't structured according to how we see structure. It's just light and sound, infinite possibilities of it. But at certain configurations or relationships of light and sound, this sound will impact, reverberate, and vibrate this light in such a way that it gives it structure. It gives it structure. If you can't follow, meditate on what I'm saying. You gotta visualize it and you gotta feel it. This sound impacts the light in a way that it gives it a structure. Now, this structure, it may form and then dissolve. Okay, it wasn't a structure that was made to last. Form and then dissolve. This is really how it is right now. All the structures that you see will eventually dissolve. So then it's a matter of how long can I make this structure last? And then once, how long can we make this structure last? This is sound talking, right? The mind, intention. How can we make this structure last as long as we need it to last, so that we can accomplish what we need to accomplish within it and on it? So that's the game, right? Creation. Where it's like, it's on some, we builders. We Lego sets of light. Like, we building shit with our thoughts, with our sound, with our words. We building shit. We're structuring light. So this is how the cosmos is structured, how it started, how it was birthed, how it formed, how it is forming right now. This is also how it's forming right now. So light and sound is still all there is. It's still traveling throughout the cosmos, and it gets to the point where it's fractal. So this light and sound create structures, and these structures then manipulate the light and sound. And look, I've only been here 21 years, bro. So like, you know, I study and shit, but you know, of course I'm gonna have different perspectives and more information and perspectives to make this make more sense. And I could be wrong about all of this. I don't think I am, and I know I'm not. So, but it might be something that I'm missing. So feel free to hit me up on my Instagram or email me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you can find it. I don't gotta say it right now what it is. But back to the situation at hand. Astrology, these structures and the movement of the structure, the movement of energy within this system, it impacts how this light and sound is moving. So that's like, bro, you got light, you got suns, right? And suns are portals. Suns are information machines that like they're like intention machines. There are spots of intense implosion within this void, right? Within this sea of unformed information. They are what forms it. And they surround themselves with planets. These planets help them give form to the information that they are channeling. So how do they do that? These planets revolve around these suns in a machine fashion. These suns also, like I said earlier, they revolve around other stars. So this is what I'm talking about with the solar system is really what's happening throughout the whole universe, and we'll get to it. So you got a solar system, a sun with these planets revolving around it. This sun is producing and emitting light all the time. This light is going out into infinity, but it's being manipulated by the gravity and the movement of these planets. So as these planets move around it, it's bending the light. It's magnetizing and manipulating the light at certain frequencies. Each planet cycles around the sun, spirals around the sun at a specific speed, at a specific distance, for a reason. It's very scientific. And if they didn't, if they was to fall out of line, then it's like the system would collapse. So astrologers, they see this, right? And then they observed. This is a process that took a long time. We're talking about probably millions of years. And yeah, millions of years, right? To understand something like this, even to just identify something like this, because it's hard. How would we even know that this was going on just with our eyes? We're just walking around living life, especially if we had to just survive, right? This is shit that you start tapping into once all your survival and base level needs are taken care of, and you like, all right, where the fuck am I? Like, what am I here for? Type shit. Or you could look at it like, okay, you want to know what you're here for and stuff. You want to know who you are. You want to do good by reality, because the reality is doing good by you. And also, it's like, man, I want to create some shit, bro. And you start to create stuff, and it's like stuff is going wrong. It's like, all right, but when nature creates a tree, like the tree, it creates and it lasts. So it's like, what rules or laws? What does nature know that I don't know? What does the tree know that I don't know, that it could create something so elegant for so long, so efficiently? What does the tree know that I don't know? What does the sun know that I don't know? So you start to study the laws that govern reality. You start to study how this universal system works, so that you can first identify yourself within this system and see what role you play, and how use these laws to create what you want to create in a harmonious fashion, benefit yourself and the whole at the same time, because they're one and the same. You can't take from the whole forever and expect it to not backfire on you. You are directly impacted. Plus you got stuff like situations like karma. Each soul is like, bro, you gotta pay for shit. So the clothes you wearing right now, where they gonna go? Landfill or something? It's like, bro, you gotta pay karma for that. dude, you know what I'm saying? All of this, you kill plants, you kill animals. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with any of these. You just have to pay consequences for everything that you do. It's scientific. This is dealing. Astrology and karma go hand in hand as well. So astrology. So now we see that the universe is like, it's a system with gyroscopic planets and solar systems that channel and manipulate light and sound. So, for example, a birth chart. How can a birth chart be so accurate? How is it that someone that's born in a specific place and time and location, how is it that the exact perspective of, like, if they was to look up into the heavens from their perspective, these were where all the planets were? How is it that these planets being in these constellations and channeling this energy, it impacts them on that level? It's like, well, because that was the energy signature where they were at when they first emerged and took their first breath on the planet. When you took your first breath, you're programming your magnetic field with that breath. Like, that's the breath that you base off. That's the breath that every other breath is based off of. And then you're gonna, when you pass, when you transition, when you die, you're gonna exhale. So the first thing you do here when you get here, take an inhale, program yourself, and then you take the exhale. Now, to me, from like, if you really look at it, the last breath is just as important as the first breath. So we can start doing death charts too if we want to see, like, man, if we want to start like communicating with our ancestors and shit, and like tracking where they at, communicating with them and all of that, networking with the ancestors and making sure our people is good on the other side, and making sure that they can help us too, like track, okay, what was the astrology of track the natal and the death chart. Where were they at, what time and location where they at when they took their last breath, when they exhaled for the last time. That's just as important. And then if we really get psychic and, have the ability to actually communicate with our ancestors and really identify what's really going on, and we start tracking, okay, who is this the reincarnation of? When we start to know all of this stuff, like, this is like probably hundreds of years into the future when we start to be able to do this. Some people probably can already do this on the planet, I'm sure. Then we can track their natal charts and their birth charts through the incarnations. Now, by this time, we might not need to be doing this on paper. So the science of astrology won't have to be on paper anymore, but it's still going to be the same. It's still going to be the same science. It is what it is, right? It's just, how do we measure it? How do we use it? But the reason why it's so accurate, astrology is so accurate, and it's, as well as how, like, when the planets continue to move in life, like, how is it that these energies really and these energies really manifest? Hey, I don't know what type of bug this is. It just landed on my finger and shit. But I'm going to continue talking. You got something to say about astrology? What's your natal chart? You got a natal chart too. Y'all don't track that stuff, do y'all, though? Y'all don't need to. Like, man, I know what I'm here to do. I know it so much, I don't got to think about it. But how is it so accurate? How does the energy of the zodiac or the horoscope, how does it actually manifest? Fuck what you act like, man. Fuck that commercialized horoscope shit. No, it's not. I'm not saying it's wrong, because, like, most of the time it'd be right. It just be so basic that it's like, and it'd be so naive, and it just be for money and shit, and it's like, it'd be throwing people off. That's not how deep astrology goes. I ain't gonna say it's not astrology, but that's not the essence of it. So they're not telling you how it works. How does the energy actually, how does it work? How is it accurate? How does it manifest? Well, if you look at it, if the universe is light and sound, these planets are the planets that are closest to the planet of Earth, and the star that's closest to Earth, the system that the Earth is in, these planets, these other beings, that they're going to impact the being of the Earth the most. It's a family. So let's say if you are a child. You exist. You got brothers and sisters. Those would be the other planets. You got a father and mother and shit. That's the sun and the, well, what about Saturn and shit, right? But that's the sun and the moon, father and mother, and grandparents. All of you got a community. What your community does, what they speak about, what they think about, the actions that they take, the stuff that they build, the frequencies that they operate on are going to impact you directly. It's the same thing that happens with the earth. So where Saturn and Jupiter and all of that, whatever constellation that they are in, they have magnetic fields as well. They channel energy, and light. They manipulate sound. That energy from the other stars, it's also traveling. So from the constellations, right? The energy of a constellation is a composite or a combination of star systems. That's a constellation. So the energies of those constellations, of those star systems, they're traveling to us. It's taking a long time, but they're traveling to us. So when a planet is what we call in that constellation, from our perspective, that planet is directly channeling that energy and shooting it towards the earth. So the planet has its characteristics. The constellation has its characteristics. And also the house, the house would be just like the latitude and longitude lines type shit. It's like a grid around in the magnetic field of the planet, as well as in the magnetic field of your body. Each in its sections of this magnetic field that determine or are linked to certain aspects of life, right? So when you combine these three elements, you got the constellation giving the energy. You got the planet as a force of nature as close to you. So the force of nature is channeling a specific type of energy. And that energy is playing out in a specific aspect of life, whether it be your life or the life of the planet, which go hand in hand. We exist in the planet's magnetic field. Our planet also impacts these other planets. Our star system is part of a constellation as well. So other planets have zodiacs, which aren't the same as ours. So if life exists on other planets and shit, so now we gon', hopefully that was good enough. If not, let me know. That should be a basis. That's some kind of deep shit right there. It might be a lot for a lot of people to if you gotta listen to it again, write about it, think about it. Now let's talk about reincarnation now in this concept, because right now we're talking about the game of human life. Don't get it fucked up. We're still talking about the game of human life, right? So this is how the machines works according to the astrological perspective. But the purpose is evolution, right? So okay, you got the divine spark, the thought that structured, the initial thought, the initial intention that structured all of this. I call it Mu. Mu, though, fractalizes itself into many Mu's. So these will be like souls, many gods, you and I. So souls, and what do these souls do? We travel within the creation as agents of creation. So we create on behalf of our larger whole unified self, but we do it as individuals. So we want to create shit. The God Mu wants to create shit, and so do we as many Mu's. So we want to create things, and we also want to experience. We want to experience our creations. We want to just experience love from different perspectives and on different vibrations. So what do? We utilize this astrological game system. So if I'm a soul, I want to create this or that. I need to, we can look at, what do I need to create that? What materials do I need to create that? What type of identity do I have to have? I need to develop my character to a certain level to create this certain thing. So, I might got 500 incarnations of development and evolution before I'm able to create my grand intention. So, okay, let me go about that journey. 500 levels, you know what I'm saying? So, each incarnation is gonna be helping me to master and utilize different energies that are all a part of me. So one lifetime I might incarnate as a Scorpio sun, Pisces moon, Capricorn rising, like how I am, right? The person that's talking. Or the next lifetime, if I do have one, it might be Cancer sun, Aries moon, you know, and this will all be based off of what do I need to focus on? What do I need to express? What do I need to learn about myself and about the world around me? As you keep stacking these experiences, you develop your character into the person that you need to be to create what you want to create. Now, I'm always saying no. I feel like I sound so smart when I say no. And I don't be knowing what's gonna come after that. No, that's so it's like it's a lot of pressure when I say that shit. Cause like if I don't have something to say, then I'm gonna sound stupid or it's not gonna be a proper flow. Make sure my stuff is still on, cause you know, all right, it is. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man? This is good, bro. I like doing this shit, bro. Okay, but and I got a lot of stuff that changed in my personal life too, but I'm gonna talk about that in the Yap sessions. So that's another podcast that I'm gonna do on the personal tip. This is some cosmic shit that I'm on. The Woo of Mood. The Woo of Mood is some cosmic shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though the personal is the cosmic, you know, as we talked about, but I want to focus on the personal in the Yap sessions. But we back to the subject. So these incarnations. You don't only just need certain zodiac energies. You're going to need certain, everything that the energies that you need is going to reflect in your chart, right? But your chart reflects in life. So you're going to need different life situations. So you might need certain types of siblings, certain types of parents, certain types of schooling to build. These will be the manifestations of these energy and house and planets that are in your natal chart and transits. These will be the manifestations, right? Your schooling, your jobs, your interests, your pains, your struggles, your transformations, all of this, as you know, these are going to have different manifestations. These manifestations are just life scenarios, life situations. It's levels within levels. These are levels and setting of the game within the game. So each life is like a game. Each day is like a game. Each week is like a game. Levels within levels, games within games, cycles within cycles. So I'm always saying so too, with nothing to say after it, bruh. Or I don't know what I'm going. I got something to say after. I just don't know I don't be knowing what I'm gonna say. I didn't practice this, bruh. So bear with me. But you get to see how a mind like this works. I'm thinking in real time. You feel what I'm saying? And I would like to think I'm pretty smart. But let me know. I ain't gonna let me know. I know I'm smart. Who's talking like this? Anywho. Okay, something that I've noticed that distracts me when I think, right? One of the main distractions. It's like, it's a polarity thing. I'll start thinking about some shit. And then I'm like, oh, that's so smart. Oh, you're so powerful. And that distracts me. And then on the polarity of that, I'll be like, either it'd be self-doubt, but the self-doubt really just be coming from like, bro, no one's gonna understand that. They're gonna think you're crazy if you say something like that, even if you're spot on. But fuck it, I don't care if anybody listens to this. I like doing this. These trees around me hear me. These bees around me hear me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bothering me. They fuck with me. So if nature fuck with me, it is what it is. Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? Why would I be here liking what I like? Feeling so intensely to express this type of shit if nobody or nothing was supposed to hear it or transform from it. Come on, bruh. Like, be logical about it. Okay. And okay, as far as the incarnations too, right? We got We got all these star systems. We kind of, I haven't confirmed that there's other life on other planets. You know what I'm saying? Scientifically, I haven't proved it, but I could just intuit it probably is, right? We probably have human-type civilizations across the cosmos on varying vibrations, right? On varying vibrations and expressions of this energy of Mu. So now I'm getting distracted because I'm becoming very conscious of myself when I say so and now. But look. Different civilizations, different planetary systems. So you got all these different planetary systems. So not only, okay, you got your family and friends and dreams, desires, goals, transformation, sex, relationships, all of this stuff. And you also got different star systems in general, which have a completely different energy. And you're a cosmic traveler is what I'm getting at. You travel the cosmos to develop your character and experience life. You're not just on Earth. The incarnation loop is not just Earth. You think you just got to beat Earth and you're going to be off in the cosmos somewhere. Maybe you got to beat Earth and you just end up on another star system somewhere. It may be less dense than Earth. It may be less tragic than Earth. But fuck it. You're always going to exist. You just may not know that you're the same person that existed right now. You just might not know. And it might be completely different. At some point, this universe is gonna dissolve, and we gonna create some whole other shit. And this is all happening right now, so that's trippy as fuck. Every time I think about it, it don't make logical sense to me. Like, okay, it's all happening right now. What does that even really mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what implications does that have on my life? I can channel anything through the now portal, right? Teleportation, bro. I feel like that shit is possible, bro. But anywho. Yeah, this is the game we playing, the Cosmic Traveler. But why do you do all this, right? Because the cost of all of this experience, right? We do it for fun, we do it to experience love, but what's the cost of it? The cost of life, the cost of creation, you gotta pay. You gotta pay for it. It's just like you gotta pay for life, right? You gotta pay to be alive through work, through service. Service, though, it's like pain. Service to yourself, service to humanity is work. Now, you can change your perspective on it. The cost of power is pain, right? You can change your perspective on it, but it is what it is. Like the Buddha said, life is suffering. Like, to live, to create, the cost of that is suffering. There's nothing wrong with incarnating, though. There's nothing wrong with being alive. That's what a lot of spiritual people are not understanding. There's nothing wrong with thinking. There's nothing wrong with creating. It's just that it costs. So be real about it. But it's like, how long would you want to, okay, a lot of people, they feel like they're chasing nirvana, they're chasing, okay, escaping samsara, leaving the incarnation cycle. They tired of this game. But it's like, bruh, maybe you're tired of this game because you want to create another game. Maybe you're tired of this game because you want to create a new perspective of this game that you're playing. Like I said at the beginning, you're tired of a game that's not even reality. You're tired of playing a fake ass game. Fuck what everybody else say. Fuck what I'm saying. What's this game to you? What's your life perspective? Be revolutionary about it and stand on it. Express it. Live it. If it works, it works. Fuck what anybody got to think about it. Fuck what anybody got to think about you. If you survive, if you can make it happen, make it happen. Even if you die, fuck it. You still gonna exist. Your energy. All right? And I'm going to leave it at that, at a high level, at a high note. Ah!